Chrysler is known as a leader of the minivan because this corporation did invent this segment.
America's driving needs have changed. We could use a whole new way to get around. A magic wagon that carries 2 passengers and a big load, or 5 passengers and a smaller load.
There's a long story of what went into creating this segment. It started in the late 1970s when Lee Iacocca and Hal Sperlich came over from Ford. Mr. Sperlich had an idea. It wasn't a unique idea. People were working on it. People at Chrysler were working on a smaller vehicle. What they wanted to do is replace the van. They were big, boxy things. What they wanted was a family transportation, and something that could fit in a garage. And all the engineers were really struggling, but what was key to this was the front-wheel drive platform that our corporation brought out in 1978. Without having to run a drive shaft all the way to the back, you now could have a flat floor, a lower floor, and it changed the shape of the vehicle. So we introduced minivan in 1984 on Plymouth and Dodge platforms. But in 1990 is when Chrysler joined the minivan craze, but differently than Plymouth and Dodge. They were just people transporters. This became a luxury vehicle. This was top end. This is something that you had all the creature comforts, and through the years, an amazing array of industry firsts. Driver side airbag was first standard on minivan in the town and country. Side airbags. When the minivan was first introduced, they were kind of boxy vehicles, maybe not aerodynamic necessarily, but that all began to change in 1996 when there was a total redesign, and they brought the cab forward look into the minivan.
We're jumping ahead.
Hey, I got it! Leapfrog!
This look had been on the passenger cars since 1993, but now they really updated the look and gave the vehicle its really own personality. They got rid of the clunky hood ornament and went to the Chrysler ribbon seal that harked back to the 1930s designs of the logo, and really brought the vehicle up to date looks-wise. And interior, they just killed it and kept adding better seating, more versatility in the vehicle. Even the driver's side sliding door, it was always only on the passenger side, but that was brought out in the town and country to make the vehicle even more flexible. So it was really at the forefront not only of technology, but design in a minivan. So a major advancement came in 2005 with the introduction of Stow and Go seating, which allowed the owners to fold flat the second and third rows, giving them all this cargo space without having to remove the seats, which in all honesty, was kind of a pain. So this is one of those features that has endured and lasted. And this year we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of Stow and Go seating, which is a huge advancement and really changed the way the vehicle's used. The minivan had an incredibly successful run under the town and country name from 1990 to the end of 2015. And in 2016 we introduced the Pacifica, which has really set the standard in what people think about their personal transportation and what they expect out of a minivan. I think it's amazing, the Pacifica has become the industry leader, built on 30 plus years of innovations and advancements that the corporation's done in the minivan, from inventing the minivan, always being the leader in that segment. As a matter of fact, the Pacifica is the most awarded minivan ever. So today's Pacifica, you can put your kids in the back and they can watch separate movies back there, leave you alone on those long road trips. But the Chrysler brand's really been a leader in in-vehicle entertainment since the 1950s, when they introduced an under-dash record player that you didn't have to let the radio decide what you were going to listen to, you actually picked it. And throughout the life of all the minivans, they've been a leader in putting USB in there, larger touch screens. We've been a leader in all these in-vehicle entertainment systems for many years. What I think is really interesting is the minivan has become part of the American culture. It's touched everybody's lives. Every year when we send vehicles to car shows, we have hundreds of beautiful old vehicles. Every year we're asked to take a minivan to a car show because they're iconic. They're part of the culture. And it's an amazing vehicle, and I'm proud to be with the company that brought that to the market.